What's going on with Jake Paul, Conor McGregor? Is that fight happening or what?
Probably not.
Dana White has officially had enough of celebrity boxing. While there may be a market for these types of fights, he can't stand them and refuses to entertain the idea. Honestly, it's probably keeping him up at night. The prospect of Jake Paul stepping into the ring with Conor McGregor. That's a level of absurdity Dana simply won't let go unnoticed.
There's a market for these kind of fights.
Come out yesterday and said, well, now that you love me. Well, I never said I love you.
Let's be honest. Jake Paul, the self-proclaimed YouTuber-turned-fighter, isn't even in the same league as Conor. How Jake convinces himself he's a legitimate competitor to a UFC legend is beyond me. But hey, delusion costs nothing.
He shouldn't even be fighting Conor McGregor. These guys are fucking huge. He's huge. His brother's huge. I mean, what's your brother, 6'1"?
Yeah.
210?
Yeah.
Conor McGregor's 145, 155 pounds.
Oh, he fights that low. I thought he fights like that.
Dana isn't just rejecting this fight, he's predicting the disaster it would become. Jake strutting around like he's revolutionizing boxing is nothing more than a mockery of the sport. For Dana, this isn't just a mismatch, it's a betrayal of every boxing fan who wants to see true talent, not a TikTok sideshow. And honestly, he's got a point.
I'm looking for the absolute best in the world. These guys who have trained their whole life, they fight in these smaller shows and then they make it to the UFC, and we've put the best against the best. It's just not what we do. There's a market for what these guys do, and there's money to be made in it.
Conor McGregor has finally received the pink slip. Looks like Dana White has had enough of everyone's favorite Irish loudmouth, avoiding Jake Paul. Yep, you heard that right. Dana White apparently drew the line at Jake Paul. Why? Because Conor, the UFC's golden boy, didn't want to tarnish his precious legacy by stepping into the circus that Jake Paul has turned combat sports into.
McGregor's one of the best on the fucking planet. He's one of the greatest fighters on earth right now.
And he's got
He shouldn't be fighting kids that have fucking YouTube videos.
The circus is already here, and Conor's refusal to join the freak show seems to be the deal breaker.
The Floyd-Conor fight, the fans wanted to see it. Everybody wanted to see it. That fight took on a life of its own. Floyd and I got together and figured it out, and it made sense, and we did it.
Let's talk about Jake Paul, the internet troll turned millionaire boxer who somehow convinced people he's a legit fighter. This guy's been pulling in 1.2 million pay-per-view buys like it's no big deal, raking in $40 million a year. While the purists fume, Jake knows how to sell a fight, whether it's all smoke and mirrors or not. But when it comes to the idea of him stepping into the ring with Conor McGregor, that's where Dana White draws the line.
Listen, he's a young kid out there trying to make some.
Dana White has made it clear that there's no way he's letting Jake Paul tarnish the UFC's legacy. Irony, anyone? Because let's be real, the UFC has hosted some absolute dumpster fires in the past. Then there's Conor McGregor, the man, the myth, the walking whiskey ad. One of the richest fighters in the game, sitting pretty with $600 million in career earnings. But let's not kid ourselves. Money has been his main motivator for a while now. He's got a fight lined up with Dustin Poirier on Fight Island, looking ripped, jacked, and ready to reclaim his throne. But avoiding Jake Paul, that's not just about weight classes or protecting his legacy. It's about Conor knowing just how ridiculous it would look to the world if he even entertained the idea.
Do you think he could cut to, you think he could make 70?
What's that? I don't think so.
Exactly.
I don't think so. It's such a spread.
And it's a stretch for Conor to fight at 70. You know what I mean? He fought Nate at 70. That isn't his fucking weight class.
Yeah.
Not even.
Dana White despises celebrity fights, like really hates them. He's called them disrespectful to the sport, undermining the blood, sweat, and years of training that real fighters put in. And yet, he's upset with Conor for not diving into that exact mess. Make it make sense, Dana. While you're over here preaching about preserving the UFC's integrity, Jake Paul's laughing all the way to the bank, cashing checks bigger than what most UFC fighters will ever see in their careers.
On the percentage scale from 0 to 100, what are the chances that Jake Paul ever fights Conor McGregor?
Zero.
0.
Yeah.
Never happened.
And don't even get me started on the weight class excuse. Conor's prime fighting weight is 155. Putting in the ring with Jake Paul isn't a fight. It's a slaughter waiting to happen.
He shouldn't even be fighting Conor McGregor. These guys are fucking huge. He's huge. His brother's huge. I mean, what's your brother? 6'1"?
Yeah.
210?
Yeah.
Conor McGregor's 145, 155 pounds.
Oh, he fights that low. I thought he
But hey, when has logic ever stopped Dana from chasing a quick buck? The man sees dollar signs, and suddenly, physics don't matter. If he could, he'd probably have Francis Ngannou fighting a kangaroo just to break a pay-per-view record. At the end of the day, this is about Dana's frustration with the whole celebrity boxing trend.
There's a market for these kind of fights.
It's not just Jake Paul, though he's definitely the poster child for everything Dana despises. The real issue is that these celebrity fights are drawing attention and money away from the UFC. While Dana is busy preaching about preserving the sport, Jake and his brother Logan are turning combat sports into a WWE-style spectacle, and people are eating it up.
It's just, there's weight classes for a reason.
Yeah.
And
What if Jake can cut to 145?
he just cuts half of his body off. Like, how do you do that?
Jake brought the type of guy to cut off a limb to make a weight class.
The UFC isn't just another fight promotion, it's a dynasty. Dana White's kingdom is built on grit, dedication, and the blood of fighters who've worked their way to the top. Viral TikToks and YouTube stunts don't cut it here, which is why Dana is so focused on keeping the UFC's reputation intact, far from the neon glow of Jake Paul's Instagram antics. Celebrity fights aren't new, but they've recently spiraled into absurd territory. Take Floyd Mayweather versus Logan Paul. Logan lost to KSI, yet somehow ended up facing Floyd, one of the greatest boxers of all time. Sure, it brought in millions of views, but to Dana, it was the combat sports equivalent of fast food, flashy, unhealthy, and leaving you questioning your life choices. Then there's CM Punk, the WWE star who thought he could waltz into the UFC octagon. He got wrecked, and his humiliating stint showed exactly why Dana draws the line at celebrity fights. Compare that disaster to Brock Lesnar, who didn't just join the UFC, but became a heavyweight champion. Why? Years of real training, not clout chasing.
Fought everybody that he was supposed to. Floyd's in this position right now where he can do things like this because he fought everybody. You know, this kid came up through the Olympics, went pro, fought everybody that he was supposed to fight, fought everybody, you know, that he needed to fight to get to where he is now. So when I see these guys, you know.
Here's the thing. Dana's frustration isn't just personal, it's business. The UFC brings in $1 billion a year, and that's no small sum. Dana knows that what keeps those numbers climbing is credibility. If he lets the octagon become a playground for influencers, the UFC risks losing its soul. And let's not forget the fans. They're not here for YouTubers slacking each other around. They want to watch elite athletes battle it out. That said, Dana's disdain for celebrity fights doesn't mean he doesn't respect legends like Mike Tyson or Floyd Mayweather. Even in his 50s, Tyson remains a god in combat sports.
Mike goes out and wants to fight in his 50s. Everybody, I bought it. Everybody's going to buy it. Everybody wants to see Tyson do well. Everybody loves and wants to support Tyson.
Tyson's exhibition fight with Jake Paul reportedly pulled in $20 million in pay-per-view revenue. That's no small change. Dana respects Tyson for being a living legend who's earned the right to cash in without tarnishing his legacy. The same goes for Floyd. He fought everyone who mattered, cementing his place in history. And now he's just playing the game better than anyone else. Dana acknowledges their hustle, but he draws the line saying, "That's not what I do."
But I get it. There's a lot of money in it. There's a market for those kind of fights. It's not what I do.
What Dana does is stick to the UFC's core values, even as the sports world gets more chaotic. Take the upcoming Fight Island series, for example. 3 fights in 1 week, possibly with live fans. It's a massive undertaking, and Dana sees it as a way to flex the UFC's dominance in a world increasingly overrun by social media stars chasing a quick payday. If Fight Ivan succeeds, it'll be another feather in the UFC's cap, proving it's still the gold standard. But then there's Conor McGregor. His legacy is on a razor's edge, and Dana knows it. Conor could easily fight Jake Paul and make a fortune, but at what cost? His reputation? His dignity? Dana's not letting that happen under the UFC banner, even if it means clashing with his biggest star. Right now, Conor seems focused on his upcoming fight with Dustin Poirier, training hard to reclaim his throne. For now, he's steering clear of the Jake Paul circus. But let's not kid ourselves. Money talks. A fight like that would scream dollar signs. Ultimately, Dana's handling of Conor McGregor is just another chapter in his crusade against celebrity boxing. It's his way of drawing a line in the sand, saying the UFC won't stoop to gimmicks. Sure, the fight world is evolving, blurring the lines between sport and entertainment. But Dana is standing his ground. To him, the UFC is where real fighters come to prove their worth, not where influencers come to pad their wallets.
There's a market for these kind of fights.
While Jake Paul continues turning boxing into a reality show, Dana White is focused on keeping the UFC as the last bastion of integrity in combat sports. Whether it means clashing with Conor, roasting Jake, or building a fight series in the middle of nowhere, Dana's message is clear: keep your circus out of my octagon. Dana firing Conor McGregor might sound shocking, but let's be real. It's just another chapter in the drama that combat sports has become. Stay tuned for the next episode, because at this point, it's less about the fights and more about who can scream the loudest.